Sometimes they see you and they think, oh, she's gonna be this and she's gonna be that, and then they meet me and I'm just a totally different person. They automatically say, oh, she may have an attitude because of the way I look, because I may be the angry black woman, as they say, and I'm not.
I'm here in Inglewood at Accelerated Radio with Jeanene Alexander. Jeanene is a radio presenter on the G Vibes show. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Can you tell me about your experience in the last 3 weeks? How it's been, how you feel about it ever since the George Floyd situation and everything that's going on out here?
Overwhelming. I feel very overwhelmed because for so long I've been seeing the same thing in our community with the police brutality, and I feel like a lot of times it's pushed under the rug. Right now, I feel like a lot of people are coming forward to talk about how we can do better, but the thing is, talking is only talking, and I feel like doing is different. So I feel like a lot of times we talk about how we can get things done. We just need to get it done. For one, I think that everyone needs to go vote. They don't know how important their voices are. So I feel like for me, this will be my second time voting. I'm for sure voting this time.
What do you think about all these calls to defund the police?
See, that's what I don't understand. So defunding the police, I feel like I agree. But I want the solution to happen more than just saying it. Like, because sometimes a lot of people will be like, oh, defund the police, but what do you mean? Like, what are the steps to defunding the police? What do we need to do as a community to come together to find out? After that, we still have police that's crooked. Not all police are bad, but we still have crooked police on the streets. And what are we going to do with those police? Because not everybody, they say, needs to get in trouble because one. But to me, you're a part of it if you don't say nothing, and just say you're a nice cop and I'm a bad cop, and you never say nothing to the bad cop because you feel like you're nervous or you don't want to feel, you're still part of the problem.
Sure.
So what do we do next? That's how I feel. Like, let's start doing instead of just talking about it at this point.
Is there much anger within the black community at the moment?
Right now, yes, because we feel like the police is not taking accountability for the things they are doing. They're saying, oh, this is the cause, this is why this has happened. No, George Floyd.
I mean, what about the fact that they have fired all of those policemen who were involved in the incident, but one of them's in prison, doesn't look like he's going to get out of prison for a long time?
I just feel like it's just one step closer to not what we're trying to get. If we're trying to get equality, if we're trying to get everybody to be on the same page, like, because people believe Black Lives Matter is like just for us. Like, we believe in all lives matter. We want everyone to get along. We want everyone to be equal. But how can all lives matter if Black lives don't? Right. And I feel like that is why we are marching. That's why we are protesting. That's why we're saying defunding the police. That's why we're saying so many things, because we are not taken serious. We're pushed under the rug more than they feel that we are. People are saying they see these things, but no one's taking accountability for it.
Now, you were telling me before how you were brought up in South Central amongst gang members. I mean, how much of that is active today?
It's still active, definitely. I'm not in that, I don't be around too much because I'm always at work. But definitely it's around. Definitely we see our loved ones still getting hurt and stuff like that. Not only by gangs, but police brutality as well. And sometimes I see a lot of that surfacing right now about gang members or people killing each other back and forth, and no one's saying, oh, a lot of times we can't go to the police because the police wants us to interact to me somehow in a bad, negative way sometimes, I feel. But I don't know.
So what do you mean specifically? So, I mean, have you lost people?
Yes, I've lost an uncle, I lost cousins, I lost family, I lost friends.
Through gang
violence, and I've actually lost someone through police brutality. I can't say too much because it's still an ongoing investigation after years. But I know that police brutality is real, and I feel like with our community, what we just want is for the police to take accountability for what they've been doing for years, and let's make some solutions. Instead of telling us what we can't do those things.
So, Jeanene, what's been your personal experience in terms of police brutality or violence within the community?
I had friends and family killed.
What are the worst effects you've seen as a result of being black?
being scared to get pulled over by the police. The police is supposed to protect you, but they don't. We don't feel like they do. We're instantly nervous to get stopped by the police. We're instantly nervous to call the police because sometimes we'll be in situations with someone and we don't want to call the police to make it worse. Then they hurt that person. Because I've been in many situations where me as a friend calling for another friend and they come and then they hurt that person that's supposed to go to jail.
Right.
But then they hurt them to the point where now we're nervous. We don't even want to call you. We want to handle it ourselves. Like,
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And you were telling me that you'd lost people, you'd lost friends.
I
or
lost
family.
a couple of people. I lost friends and family, mostly friends in high school mostly. And coming out of high school, I lost a lot of friends due to not just police, just the violence on the streets and stuff like that. Yeah, I have.
And what's one remedy that you see? What's one way that people can change the scenario, can make things better?
I think the main thing to how to make things better will be mostly for us to all come together, because we still seem like we're together, but we need more people, leaders that we call our leaders of our communities, to come forward, to start marching with us and start being to those protests. And the people that speak for us, we need to be a part of those speaking too, because if you're not in the community, how can you tell us how we feel? Not only take accountability for what they're doing, but actually make that action happen. The good cops tell about what's going on. And then we have everybody from us, from me, people like me that are not afraid to protest, are not afraid to come forward and say, oh, the police did this, because we don't want to be nervous that the police is going to be on us now, because sometimes it be like that. Sometimes you'll get that police officer that always passes you and remember what you said in court or remember what you did. So I've experienced some of that too. So sometimes people don't want to tell, people don't want to be straightforward of things that's happening, but I think that if we all come together and we all protest and we all go to these courts and we get most of our leaders to be a part of the politics, we can make changes more. We need our color in there as well, because a lot of people don't know how we feel. So we have people talking for us, like maybe you that never been in our communities, and you never experienced what we experienced. So how can you be sympathetic, or how can you feel what we feel if you never know?
I hear you. Well, look, Jeanene, thank you so much for your time. Make sure you check out the G Vibes show on Accelerated Radio.
.net. 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Thank you so much.
Mondays. Okay. Thank you.